Tim Ferris' 3 Natural Insomnia Remedies. Hey, it's Coach Vulcan, and tonight I want to share with you some remedies. If you've tried the traditional remedies for curing bad sleep, like trying some of these blue masks or blue black masks to block out the light, or maybe you've tried the screen for filtering blue light from your phone and things like that. And maybe they worked a little bit, the traditional sleep remedies, but maybe they didn't really give you the good sleep that you wanted. Well, I believe you will find this episode very, very valuable. Why? Because the tips I'm sharing, they're not just random tips. They come from Tim Ferriss, and as Tim says, the top 1% performers on the planet, they make sure they get good sleep. And it makes sense. Take Elon Musk, for example, when he was sending rockets into space the first time about 10, 20 years, when he hadn't sent a single rocket and all his rockets were exploding and people were seeing all of that and telling him to just stop and quit his dream. He kept on. Why? How did he keep on? He did one specific thing during the evening before bedtime to make sure he gets really good sleep and he has the energy and the drive to go towards his dream, towards his passion. And if you are curious what that is, you can check out. I have another episode. Just search Elon Musk in my videos and you're gonna find that out. But tonight I want to share with you 3 very these are gonna be good. When I shared one of these tips with one of my friends, he said this is bizarre, this was shocking, he said it, and it's why I said at the beginning 3 shocking tips for falling asleep, or for 3 shocking insomnia remedies, whatever I said at the beginning. So with that said, let's get started, shall we? Again, if you've tried the traditional sleep remedies and they didn't really help you, and maybe you're still having trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early during the morning, and you're curious, what do I do instead of all those sleep pills? How do I naturally cure my bad sleep? I believe you're gonna find this episode very, very valuable. So make sure you watch till the end to find that out. All right, so let's get started with our 3 natural insomnia remedies. And the first one is this: taking a bath in the evening. Now, when it comes to a bath, what type of bath do you think the top 1% performers take? Do you think, actually, maybe you can guess which one of these 3 do you think Tim Ferriss gets? Does he get a bubble bath? Does he get a chocolate covered mud bath towards his evening and bedtime? Or does he get an ice cube bath? Which one do you think he gets? Let me know. What? You're saying he gets a chocolate covered mud bath? No, you're saying ice cube bath. Yes, if you're saying an ice cube bath, you are correct. And the reason for that, by the way, you may have heard some of the traditional advice: take a hot bath. Or taking a very, very hot bath, that's not a good idea actually, because towards bedtime, the temperature of our body falls down. So if we go too hot, it actually keeps us more awake. So that doesn't mean you cannot take a hot shower. You can definitely do that. But it's recommended to take it about 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, so that after the hot shower, if you do that, your body temperature can fall down naturally and you can fall asleep. But one thing top performers really, really like to do, this is something that Tony Robbins also does, is taking a cold shower. That's right, just going cold, baby. So with the code. You can go with the cold or hot, your choice. The code, the ice cube bath that Tim Ferriss takes, it simply helps his body's temperature fall down naturally. That's all. So that's the first one. Let's keep on. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling this barrel. It's starting to fall nicely, going falling nicely into the good sleep. The second thing that he does is Tim Ferriss has a very specific uh, snack or very specific meal that he gets during or towards bedtime. And it's this celery and peanut butter. That's right, celery and peanut butter. He There are specific nutrients and chemicals inside both of those that he's found when he combines them. It just helps him fall asleep much more easily at night. And I'm curious, I haven't tested it myself because right now here in Denmark we don't really have any celery during the winter time. But in the summertime, I'm gonna try that out. Some celery and peanut butter. Curious how that's gonna work. So, if you have some celery where you're watching this from and you wanna try it out, definitely will let me know how it works for you. What's that? You're asking me what type of snack I have? Well, that's a good question. Before bedtime, one snack or almost a meal that I really enjoyed was just having a hot bowl of oatmeal. That's right, a hot bowl of oatmeal with sometimes I would put in a few spoons of uh, peanut butter or sometimes just chocolate, which now I know this was back years before. I know now that chocolate may keep you a little bit awake, but peanut butter, that's all right. And some bananas as well, mixing that up and having that warm and rich, thick taste from the peanut butter combined with the sweetness of the bananas just warming all my insides in and out. It's it's one of those good things, making you feel warm and helping you fall asleep. So that's one thing I did. And the third thing, going back to Tim Ferriss, and he did to help him get a really good night of sleep, is this. He reads a book before bed. Now, the question is, of course, what type of book do you think he reads? Does he read some type of business? Does he read some type of fiction book, which most top performers never read? Or do you think he reads a fiction book, a Harry Potter book? What do you think? Well, Tim Ferriss, even though he is a top performer and big businessman, during towards his evening or before bedtime, he reads a fiction book always. Why? Well, as he says, if he reads something very business-like or very heady, that would put him in a mode where he is thinking a lot when he's in that space. But before bedtime, we don't want to think, we don't want to be problem solvers. We want to be people who relax ourselves and fall into sleep. So that's the reason he reads a fiction before bed. And that is one of the reasons why on this channel we also do story time before bedtime every single evening. Why? Well, because story time before bedtime helps you fall asleep, just as our mothers used to do when we were young and we were putting us to bed. Story time before bedtime, it's just one of those things that helps us fall asleep. And my mentor, by the way, Jason Capito, who's been recognized as top 100 entrepreneur by the White House, he also recommends story time before bedtime to just, especially if you're somebody who wants to do big things to touch the hearts of those around you. He recommends that so that you kind of wire your brain for success. He recommends reading or listening to a story from somebody really successful. So that's why one of the reasons why I have some of the stories I read here and I share with you. Some of them are fictional, some of them are from very successful people as well. Uh, the my overarching goal is to help you fall asleep and also wire your brain just a little bit for success the next day. So, with all of that said, wrapping this episode with a nice bow tie knot. If you've tried traditional sleep remedies and they're not helping you, just throw them out and try something new. Maybe you don't want to try an ice cube bath all of a sudden and go totally cold turkey there, but maybe you can try out moving your shower time if you're taking a hot shower before bed and it's keeping you awake. You can take that and take it 3 4 hours before bedtime, or you can try the peanut butter and celery. Which one of these sleep remedies did you like the most? I'm curious if you try them. Definitely comment down below. And if you have a question for me, something you're curious about learning, you have two options. You can go and ask a doctor, which, by the way, doctors, they are given one lecture in a 4 year period, no joke. In a 4 year education, they're given one lecture on sleep. And we spend a third of our lives sleeping. How are they not getting more education on that? I have no idea. But here, you get the chance to ask me, and by the way, I spend every single day, including weekends, learning about sleep and educating myself more and more because it's one of those things that the things you don't know about sleep, they can keep you awake at night. Just like a hot shower. Everybody's saying, hey, hot shower, it helps you fall asleep, it relaxes your body, so take a hot shower, but actually, it warms your body up if you take it too close to bed. You gotta take it 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. But let me not go into too much professor mode here and give you another lecture. Let's end the episode right here. So again, if you have some question for me, you can comment down below and let me know what are you curious about having a good night's sleep. With that said, my name is Vulcan, and I wish you a restful night tonight, and a really good day tomorrow. I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.